Hi YouTube! Welcome back to the basement. Today we are watching Internet Historia, The Cost of Concordia. Just a reminder, my plushie is out till the 28th of May. If you haven't already, please feel free to grab one. Other than that, hit the subscribe button and let's get into it. Ha! Ha ha! I did it before you ever.
Your kids, what's it?
Get heckled. Get heckled. I do feed you. I feed you. I do feed you. Alright, are we ready? Here we go. Oh. The following is not an endorsement or condoning of harassment towards... Oh. Please behave yourselves. You heard him, chat. Behave.
The Costa Concordia. Ship of dreams. It's been 8 years.
8 years.
I can still smell the buffets from their 5 restaurants.
Oh.
The casino and 3-story theater had hardly been used.
Should I mention I've never seen Internet Historian? At all. This is my first time.
The gym.
The gym.
Day spa. The sheets in 1,500 luxurious cabins hadn't even been slept in. Costa Concordia cost $570 million.
Don't skip his ads? Okay.
And you could tell. You could really tell.
Why are we using Titanic music?
I remember it like it was just a few years ago. We had left Civitavecchia, a port in Rome, and we were making our way to Savona. It was day 2 of our 7-day journey. But that ship, she was cursed.
Oh my god.
I actually know nothing about the Cost of Concordia either, so like I have no idea what's gonna happen. I don't know what this is about.
When she premiered, the traditional
Disney
bottle
Channel's
of
top
champagne
tier.
bounced right off the side instead
Thanks for
of
the 100
smashing.
biddies. Hi, Batman.
A bad omen.
But
Oh!
I'm not the superstitious type.
Oh!
Nothing could go wrong on Friday the 13th
Oh!
of January, 2012,
On the 100th
You just-
year anniversary of the Titanic.
You're just...
on
You're
a
just...
ship that's also only safety rated for 2-compartment flooding.
Oh!
Especially not when you have a 5-star max level captain like Francisco Scatino. A man who mysteriously rose from head of security to the position of captain within just
Wait,
a couple
how?
of years.
he knows exactly what to do in case of an emergency.
Does he though?
For example, when he caused this emergency in 2008,
Oh,
when he
dear
crashed
God.
into a port in Sicily. And in 2010, in Warnemünde, Germany, when he was steering a different ship and came into port too fast and caused another
Oh
collision.
my god!
I've got a good feeling.
Why are we letting him Why is he
So let's set
captain?
the scene.
Can we get a different captain? I'll drive.
It's a
I'll
beautiful
boat.
evening.
I know how to boat.
People are having fun on the slides, drinks at the bar. Antonio Magnotta is playing piano at the restaurant. Martin the magician is setting up for his show. And the ship is setting up for a little detour. It's called a sail-by salute. Basically, you get real close to the shore and honk
That
the
makes
horn.
sense, John.
The locals
Oh
hate
my
it, but the
god.
customers love it, and it's a tradition. Scatino, the captain, comes into the dining hall with a lady, Dominica Samorton. Remember this face,
Oh,
because you'll
she's
be seeing a
pretty.
lot of it later.
Oh.
Scatino eats his dinner with her, and socializes for a little while. Then he, Dominica, and the maitre d' finish up and excuse themselves. They're heading to the bridge. It's time for that sail-by salute.
Oh.
This time, they're going to get closer than ever.
Oh.
Just 1,500 feet from the
Like-
island of
Oh,
Giglio.
okay, they meant it that way.
And
Got
how
it.
are they going to determine this distance? Well, of course, the captain is going to eyeball it.
Eyeball
Apparently,
it!
it's not an uncommon thing to do. Scatino turns to the
Eyeball-
fellow steering, his helmsman, Jacob Ruslibin. First interesting tidbit. Costa Crociere has hired Jacob from Indonesia at a rock-bottom price, and he's a bit of a newbie to
rock-bottom
the job.
price.
In fact, his profession hitherto, a painter and a cleaner. It's his first time steering a massive ship, and he's very excited. At least, we think he is. It's hard to tell because he doesn't speak English or Italian very well at all. Off to a good start. The second-in-command orders the helmsman to 290. Now, don't be confused by these numbers, they're just the degrees
Yeah,
on a
that's the
compass.
degree, yeah.
At the same time, the captain whips out his cell phone and calls former captain Mario Palombo, who lives on
Why?
the island. They chat about the safe distance to Giglio's shores. It's all very casual. Anyway, Mario says that the safe distance is between 0.3 and 0.4 miles from shore.
Oh.
The captain is going all in. This is
No.
not his first
Why are we
sail by
going so
salute,
in deep?
So he's confident in what he's doing. We're going closer than we've ever
No!
been before. The captain's
Pull
eyeballing
out!
it again. New heading of 300, he tells the helmsman. Downstairs, Martin is about to cut his assistant in half.
Oh, dear God.
And of course, that means that there's already a lady inside this box. She's waiting for the cue, and then she'll poke her legs out. The captain is giving more orders. Pulling gently to 310. Increase speed to 16 knots. Going this fast is going to be a fatal error. But before we talk about that, let's talk about another big problem. Language barrier. Because at this point, the captain says 325, but the helmsman relays 315.
Why?
So the first officer intervenes, and he goes, no, 335, which is also wrong. And then the captain clarifies, no, 325.
Oh.
The helmsman confirms 325. Their poor communication has them moving at a much wider angle
Oh,
than they think
God.
they are. However, the captain should and would know this, except for the next problem. Complacency about procedure.
Dear God.
The standard procedure of a ship this large is for the third officer to give exact positional coordinates every time the captain gives a new directional order. But they're not doing that. 330, he says. The helmsman relays 330. The ship reaches 16 knots. The captain then turns to the second officer and instructs him to go to the left wing. That's these things here, and they basically exist so you can get a better view over the whole vessel. A few seconds pass, and then the mood starts to turn.
Why?
Scatino notices
Oh,
white foam
no.
of waves breaking against
Bro,
the
how
rocks
close?
directly in front of him in the distance.
Please tell me they don't crash into the island. Please tell me. It's not like this is the iceberg and we're gonna try to turn last second, right? Oh,
The
Jesus.
Costa Concordia
Please.
right now is almost 700 meters closer to the rocks than it should be. Without deviation, there is going to be a direct collision.
Oh.
Shit!
Scatino immediately commands the ship to start turning away. 335. Not enough. The
It's
captain
not gonna be
shouts,
enough.
3.
It's never gonna be enough. It's never enough. Arcleys! Arcleys! Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Were you doing my art? By the way, if you guys don't know, Arcleys comms open the 14th. So the emote you desperately love with the wide eyes and the squish. 14th. Anyways, everybody from Arcley stream. I'm Sakai. I'm a chaotic fox gremlin VTuber who loves to do React content. I love to yap. I don't know how to shut the fuck up, essentially. But how you know? It's not like my debit card is ready. It's not like I'm like, take it. Like, I think I tried to comment on it and like my comment wouldn't go through like 20 different times. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna do it on my PC. But yeah, if you don't know, please give Arcley some love. Did we get a shout out for Arcley? I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, give Arcley some love. Amazing artist. 100% recommend. Her streams are so relaxing. So, but yeah. I gotta show love to my artists, okay? I gotta, you know, it's fine. Ooh. Of course. I hope you had an amazing stream, though. I hope it was good. I got it. Please go give Arcleys a follow and check out her art. 100% worth it. Especially if you stream emotes. Emotes are really, really cute. Thank you, Cat! That's so freaking sweet of you! Thank you so much for gifting Arcleys a sub for 6 months. You're insane. Alright. I gotta get back into this video, but thank you so much, Arcleys, once again, for sharing your community with me and trusting me very, very much. If you need to, go piss, go do what you gotta do. Get up, you know. It's for 6 months! Yeah! You're stuck with me now, Arcleys! You ain't going nowhere. Nowhere! Yeah, we simp for my artists here. Yeah, you're stuck. Permanently. Forever. For 6 months. No way! You're stuck. Classic. Okay, I gotta get back into this, but...
40. The captain yells, 350.
Why don't we go in reverse? Just like the
Now,
Titanic.
Remember how I said that accelerating
We should
to
reverse
16
it.
knots was a fatal error?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's
very
because
fatal.
it's made this ship incapable of such a drastic turn.
Oh.
What they've got is understeer. Here's an example.
The front end is not working. You're turning, and you're just going straight. You want to go over here, but you're going to end up over here.
So despite the order of 350, right now the bow is still only pointing at 327.
Oh.
Not nearly
They're
enough
cooked.
to miss the rock. And oh no,
They're cooked.
it's about to get worse. That language barrier again. In these critical moments,
Wait, why
where
didn't they
every
slow
second
down?
Counts, the helmsman
Reverse or
wrongly
slow down?
relays 340. The captain snaps back. 350 starboard, or we end up on the rocks. The third officer goes to assist the helmsman.
Oh my god.
Now, don't get
Yeah, but-
confused by the orders from here.
Wasn't the Titanic going really freaking fast too? And they reversed it.
We're changing over to rudder instructions. The captain yells, starboard 10, starboard 20, and still it's not enough. Hard to starboard. That means as hard as it'll go. But at this point, even if they clear these rocks, they need to get the rest of the ship to swing around it. So
Oh,
the captain yells,
God.
midship, which centers the rudder. The bow is now less than 150 meters
Oh,
from
they're
Skull
fucked.
Rock.
No, there's no
Port
way.
10.
We're toast.
But the helmsman only gets to port 5 before another order is given 2 seconds later. Port 20. They might just avoid disaster.
Oh.
Maybe. But then, oh no.
Oh,
One more
come
time,
on.
the helmsman cocks up at the worst.
No!
The helmsman goes to starboard
Ah!
instead of port, undoing
No!
the swing. 8 seconds later, he
Brother.
realizes the error and corrects, but it's too late. He has just turned a probable near miss into a sure hit. All
Oh
they
my
can do now
God.
is hold on as the bow of the ship narrowly passes by the rocks. Hard to port. The second officer yells, "We're gonna hit!" Collision.
Oh, dear God. Here we go again! Oh, 7. And he drifted right into it because he screwed up.
Downtown, Nordtown.
No.
It's day 56 of playing Russian roulette.
No,
Seems I never win.
Gonna
You
drink
add
all
time?
by
Yeah.
yourself?
Somebody has to.
I hear you're a man who's good at finding folks.
I'm many things.
I'm
many
looking for this fella. I got to find him. It's breaking my little heart.
I'll see
Aw.
what I can do. I have contacts in thousands of servers in dozens of countries across the globe. And just like that, she was gone. The only thing she left was a calling card.
Interesting.
Sometimes when you follow a case, it follows you back. NordVPN can protect my online data. But who can protect me? From myself.
Oh!
When they said this job
No
gets
one.
easier, it was just another lie. Forensics found his password spread all the way down the block. In a perfect world, we'd all use NordVPN. But I guess this isn't that kind of story. I
Aw.
took the brakes off my car. Man like me never really learned how to stop.
Brother, you need your brakes.
I took the steering wheel out too.
What?
I let the road take me
Oh!
where I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
That's right, Toots. Your husband's dead.
Well,
Merry Christmas.
Merry. Alrighty then.
Go to nordvpn.com/internet historian.
Jesus,
huge
take the.
discount
What song
to
is that?
plan.
There's a song that says, like, harmonizes. Jesus, take the wheel.
And
Take it.
the ship hits rocks on the port side. A 53-meter gash opens up in the hull,
Hi, Jamie.
and thousands of tons of water begin
Oh
pouring in.
my God.
A loud scraping and bang is
Oh.
heard by all passengers. At the helm is panic. Rumblings in the dining room. Martin awkwardly pauses his act as he's helping his assistant into the box. Meanwhile, the lady inside
Let me out.
terrified. There's confusion across the ship. All of the crew off shift come back on
Imagine being trapped in the magic box and not being able to get out, and they forget you're there.
duty. All
Better hope
officers
you
arrive at the
float!
bridge. Technical crews run down to the lower decks to assess damage. On connection with the rocks, they lose propulsion and slow to 8.3 knots. And they are now adrift. Close the watertight doors at stern. Enormous volumes of water are pouring in. So much so that within 29 seconds of collision, all 6 engines stop working through flooding.
All 6?
22
Even the
seconds later,
Titanic didn't go down that fast.
Lights, electrics, the water pumps too. Everything. The captain orders the helmsman hard starboard. This is the final position of the rudder before power to that too is lost. The Costa Concordia, now without power, is drifting starboard, plunged into absolute darkness.
That is... Dude, it's
A
dark
quick
too?
breakdown of the flooding. When the Concordia struck land,
Oh,
it tore open
God.
3 watertight compartments. At first, compartment 5, which filled very rapidly. Then 6 more slowly, 4 shortly after. Then 7, 8, and 3. Modern ships
You hit the most important compartments? Brother!
are built to withstand 2 compartment breaches. These compartments especially, though, are a problem, because they contain the engines and the electrics. These main generators give power to the whole ship.
Oh my
From
god.
propulsion motors to rudder to hotel functions. Pretty much everything. When they went out, the ship was a functionless, sinking cage. A few seconds later, the emergency batteries for internal lighting and communications kick on. When the
And
lights
it's
come back
chaos.
on, Martin has vanished. He's ditched the stage. And it caused a
Oh.
huge panic in the theatre, as passengers are trying to flee to their cabins and to muster stations. People already in their cabins come out and start putting on life
Yes,
vests.
we are, Banana.
Staff rally and try to calm everyone down. Everything is fine. There's no need for vests. Please return to your cabins. The emergency generator starts. All of the watertight doors close except for door 12, which is jammed. The
Oh
captain
my
calls
god!
the chief engineer as the ship begins to list on the port side.
Oh,
There's water
no.
coming in? Yes, there's water. But where? The engine room. But a lot of water? Yes!
Brother.
There's water, you can't go down. Let's go down the other side. In a moment we'll start the pumps, I'll let you know. In the theatre, the whole magic box apparatus slides right off the stage and falls into the crowd.
Oh my
further
god.
increasing panic. On the bridge, an announcement is being prepared. They are going to lie to prevent a panic. Let's just say we have a blackout. The deputy chief engineer enters the engine control room. He confirms to the bridge that at least compartments 5, 6, and 7 are flooded.
Rip.
Announcements are made.
The captain to inform you that due to an electrical
Really?
fault,
They're hard to
which is currently
contain?
under
That's
control,
bad.
we're currently in a blackout. Our technicians are working
Under
to resolve the
control.
situation, and we'll inform you of developments as they occur. Thank you for your attention.
Coincidentally, at the same time in the restaurant, they're playing My Heart Will Go On.
My heart
Very
will
much
go...
not helping the situation. The captain calls the Costa
Brother.
Crisis Unit.
Are you kidding me? You just crashed into a rock! And you're playing My Heart Would Go On? Are you... Ain't no
Roberto
way!
Ferrarini. He tells the crisis unit that they've hit a rock, that they're assessing damages, and that they are also in a blackout. The crisis office says to reverse the ship up onto shore. Well, how are you going to do that? You don't have power to the rudder,
Yeah.
let alone the engine. You know, hoist the sails?
What
Anyway,
sail?
Around this time, the wind direction creates a starboard list, and the ship begins to turn
Oh,
anyway, drifting right back towards the
fuck.
shore, which is a very good thing because you want the ship to end up as close to shore as possible.
Yeah,
A
I
panicked
guess, right?
passenger senses that something is off. This isn't like any electrical problem that she's ever seen. Plus,
Yeah.
there was a massive crashing noise, and now the ship is tilting. So, she contacts her daughter in Italy. The daughter then calls the police, and the police call the harbour master.
Oh, dear
While
God.
that goes on, a conversation between Pilon and Ambrosio. The diesel is not starting. The captain asks the engine room, but where have we made contact? Thinking that the incoming
What do
water
you
can be
mean? Where have we made contact? Your engine's gone. Your electricity's gone. Brother. No, No, they literally. No, I don't think they
Juiced.
set up Mayday.
Captain, here everything is lost. The electrical panel, everything. They're saying at this point that the ship is going down.
Yeah,
Captain
it
calls
is.
Roberto Ferrarini again. Actually, 2 compartments have been flooded, but don't worry, the ship's stability isn't in danger. Right.
Oh!
Passengers begin going to
Don't
muster
tell me it
stations on their own
flips.
initiative. The cruise director says, "We have a lot of people at muster stations that I do not want to fall overboard. Do we make an announcement to tell them to go to the lounges?" Bozio says, "I think that's best." The harbour master from Livorno calls the ship. The captain tells them that we just have a blackout. How long has this blackout been going on? About 20 minutes. Have you asked passengers to put on life vests? It's just a blackout. I gotta go. The harbour master is suspicious. He says to his superiors that he thinks something more is going on. He calls a patrol boat to the area and asks them to look at the ship. Another problem. The fan on the emergency diesel generator isn't working properly.
No.
Elon manually has to turn the thing on and off with a screwdriver so that it doesn't overheat and cause a fire. The captain is on the phone to the lower decks, asking pointless questions like, "Is it still flooded?"
Is it
Yes.
still
Yes,
flooded?
it is. The
You have a big asshole in the side of your ship in your ass.
captain is essentially in denial of the situation. The harbour master calls again. Finally, he says, "The ship is taking on water through an opening in the left side, and the ship is listing." He qualifies
Now
with,
he's confessing.
"No one dead or injured." The harbour master asks if he needs help. "Just a tugboat?" When in reality, they need a full rescue. With 3
Just
compartments
tow
down,
the boat!
The captain finally realizes that things are really bad, and they are not going to improve. The Coast Guard orders every available ship to the scene. Meanwhile, up with the passengers, the cruise director's assistant says, "Everything's under control. Please return
Return
to
to
your
our
cabins or hang
cabins."
about in the lounges, no problem." She said this despite knowing it was wrong and that it further endangered lives. Most passengers at this point, though, aren't listening to this nonsense.
Yeah, I wouldn't listen to
and
that
they're
crazy
busy
bit
figuring out how to
either.
abandon ship.
No!
Bang, 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 bang. Local television has already picked up the story and they begin broadcasting live radio feeds
Oh
from
my
the boat.
god!
Captain, the passengers are going on board the boats. Okay, let them go to shore. So then general emergency? Wait, let me talk to Ferrarini. We risk the emergency generators that do not have cooling. It has cooling problems, 100 degrees. The cooling fan has stopped. Pilon calls the bridge and tells the safety officer they need to evacuate. The
Yeah.
safety officer relays this to the captain, but after no response, he orders the engine room to evacuate on his own.
Yes.
The captain says,
Good.
"No, stay. We're leaving."
Yeah,
What do we do?
ditch him.
General emergency? The captain tells Ferrarini that he's abandoning ship. Abandoned ship. Another announcement is made.
You go down with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. The situation is under control. Please remain calm. But at this time, proceed to your muster station. They're located outside on deck 4.
The
Oh my
Livorno
God.
Coast Guard calls again. The captain declares distress. The Coast Guard officially calls for rescue operations. They contact Pietro Mille, the helicopter base commander, who then
Oh.
calls in every available pilot. As he rushes down to the helicopter base, Pilon shuts down the emergency generator for the final time.
This is ridiculous.
The first rescue vessel arrives. By this point, the lifeboats are already going. Luckily, the ship is very close to shore.
What?
Oh, perhaps too close to shore. The ship forcefully runs aground,
Oh
creating
my
an uneven
God.
center of gravity, and it begins heavily listing starboard.
Oh,
the captain
no.
issues a general emergency on board. The announcement to abandon ship is finally called and alarms ring out, and with that comes panic. And now that they're listing, with many of the lifeboats too awkwardly positioned to
Oh,
enter the
God.
water, there aren't enough readily available, and they have to start going back and forth to the shore, picking people up and dropping them off. The patrol
That's
boats
insane.
report to the Livorno harbour master that the ship has run aground and is listing heavily. So the harbour master asks the captain about it, and the captain says, no, the ship is still floating. In fact, we're trying to maneuver it onto the shore. They know he's lying. Hold on, I'm reversing it. Beep, 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 beep.
Beep,
The captain
beep,
then says to
beep,
bottom
beep,
out
beep,
the starboard anchor.
Oh.
So they drop out the anchors, but let out too much chain,
Are you
effectively
kidding
rendering them useless. The deputy mayor of Giglio, Mario Pellegrini, and tobacco shop owner Giovanni Rossi arrive at the harbour. They watch the scene unfold. As the
Oh my
first of the
God.
lifeboats arrive on shore, the deputy mayor takes the initiative and races to board one of the lifeboats, returning to the ship, and starts trying to find someone in charge. He gives up and starts helping passengers. Scatino tells everyone
man in
to
charge
leave
is
and
a
take
brick.
radios, but not before changing out of his uniform and into a nice suit.
What?
Priorities. Dimitri Christidis and
What? You had time to change? You want to look good when you go to jail, be my guest, but you're still getting bent in the shower when you drop the soap. Oh!
Sylvia Coronica leave with him. The maitre d' and Sir Morton both get out of there. By this point, approximately 300 people are still on the ship.
Hi,
Melee
Pesky.
reaches the helicopter base. The first helicopter, a slow-moving Augusta Bell, was already rising from the tarmac for the hour-long flight south. Bozio is the last crew member left on the bridge, coordinating evacuation. He then leaves to help passengers board lifeboats. The bridge is now abandoned. And
Oh
then
my God.
the ship's black box stops working. Apparently there were
What?
technical problems with it. That means, from here,
Are you-
things are going to get a little foggy in detail. A while later, rescue helicopters arrive, but they're struggling to find the ship because they're expecting it to still be well above water. Passengers are scaling down the port side by
Oh
ladder as
my
lifeboats
God.
return to pick them up.
This is no joke. Oh my goodness. It was no joke, mi amor. Yes.
Oh!
You're not allowed to make a film
I'm
movie.
allowed.
Who say you are?
A second helicopter, a faster model, sets off. The ship stops healing and comes to a final resting place.
Oh my
Now, the
God.
Coast Guard calls the captain because he's just learned that the captain has abandoned ship. The captain claims, no, actually, I slipped and I fell into one of the lifeboats.
No, Baba
I'm
Yabui.
glad. But
I
now that I'm on
slipped?
board, I may as well head back to shore. DeFalco tells the captain to get the fuck back on board. And the captain kind of acts confused and then effectively refuses. So the captain makes it to shore.
Oh.
From here, we only have mainstream news reports to rely on, so it's not going to be super accurate. But they say that Giglio's police chief then finds 110 survivors on the rocks at Point Gabbianara. And among them is the captain.
Yeah,
It's not
get him.
known whether the captain helped anyone while he was there, and in fact, the police chief claimed that he just sat on the rocks and watched other people do the rescue.
Are you kidding me?
A while later, a rescue boat picks up the captain and takes him to the harbour. He speaks to the police. He then finds the ship's onboard chaplain, Father Rafael Molina,
Oh,
and cried
God.
to him for about 15 minutes. Then he
Yeah,
goes
you're
to the
going to
harbour
jail.
master's office to receive probably the biggest dressing down of his entire life.
Yeah.
Port authorities ask the taxi driver to take the captain back to his hotel.
Yes.
The captain takes the 30-second cab ride to the Bahamas hotel. According to the cabbie, he was beaten like a dog. He was cold
Good.
and afraid. He only asked me where he could buy a pair of fresh socks.
Of fresh socks!
But then he perked right up again and gave an interview to a news crew. He told them that he was the last to leave.
The captain is usually the last to abandon ship. What happened, Captain?
I swear to God, if he's about to say he left last, I'm gonna have words. I'm gonna have so many words.
We were the last to leave the ship.
Give me your nuts. Give me your testes. Give me your balls. You do not deserve them. You are more freaking of a pussy than I've ever goddamn met. You're gonna make yourself look like a dang hero. Give me your ball sack and I'm gonna rip them off and hang them in a tree because you literally don't fucking deserve them at this point. Your card is revoked. You're no longer a man. You're a fucking pussy bitch. Oh! Oh!
All day Saturday, rescuers search for the
Hi, Kirby.
ship. On Sunday morning, a South Korean couple is found in their cabin, safe but shivering. They had slept through the crash and woke up unable to exit their cabin. The last survivor, Manrico Giampandroni, was found with a broken leg. He was the cabin service director.
No!
In the end, 32 people died. The final body
32?
wasn't discovered until nearly 3 years later. A crew member, Russell Rebello, and it's believed that he died a hero helping passengers off the ship.
Oh.
The Costa Concordia was the largest cruise ship disaster since the Titanic. And then there's the ship.
7.
This is what happens to a 110,000-ton cruise liner when it's left half rolled over in the ocean.
Did they not take it out? Why didn't they... The fact the person who actually did his job and died. Because... like, it just... Oh my god, I'm angry. I'm so angry. Yeah, I guess it is a pain to move, but now it's like a freaking eyesore and a big reminder that this goddamn ballless idiot doesn't know how to drive a ship, and this is why promotions should be serious in that you give it to the person who actually knows what they're doing. This is actually pretty cool, though. I still love seeing pictures of the Titanic underwater. Honestly, like, seeing the pictures of the Titanic underwater is so cool.
But this isn't the end. It's just the halfway point. What most people know is that the Costa Concordia had crashed, many dead, and that the captain abandoned ship like a coward.
Yes,
but
he's
there's
a coward.
whole veritable spaghetti of details to untangle.
Oh, dear
Let's
God.
dive in.
Why are we...
There they are.
Oh.
The deets.
Thanks, bud. Oh! Looting. Oh, dear God. Yeah, because people left their stuff on the ship, so yeah, it's gonna get looted.
Loot box time. The Costa Concordia was more than just a floating resort. There's a mall. A casino. Cha-ching, cha-ching. This iron chest was full of safes and cash registers and expensive fittings.
Looting time!
And there were plenty of gamers prepared to sneak by authorities and try their luck in the hot zone. Within days, police divers reported that valuable items, once seen lying around the ship,
were gone?
Were now missing.
Wet socks!
High-end liquor, expensive furniture, dining sets, cash from the casino, cash
I
registers,
can't
jewelry
blame
and
them.
display cabinets, safes, Japanese woodblock prints by famous 18th century artists,
Damn!
as well as the iconic bell, which hung from the bridge of the ship.
Yes!
Never
Someone took that! I'm so glad.
Who steals a big fuck off?
Why
bell?
not?
Even the server admins were getting involved. 4 divers who were part of the company contracted to refloat the Concordia were spotted on CCTV, sneaking out to the ship. A patrol boat was dispatched, and the men were caught inside the fancy suites with rucksacks full of stolen goods. The 4 men are charged with stealing and thieving.
No, not
Pinching.
surprised.
Later on, stolen as well as legitimate items
Oh
found
my
their way
God,
to Amazon and eBay. Chips from the casino, postcards, and cabin access cards became highly sought
Oh
after
my
souvenirs.
God.
It even has a watermark.
Some Australian guy even made a listing for the ship itself,
No
advertising it
listing
as
for
buyer to collect.
Buyer to collect! Buyer to collect!
Although there were plenty of bidders, eBay pulled the plug.
Yep. I'm not surprised.
I know you want to see Scatino go to jail, and we'll get to that.
Yes,
But
thank you.
first, we have to talk about someone else.
Why?
Dominica
Oh, this bitch.
Samorton.
That was a close one.
There was speculation that she was on the bridge that evening because she was the captain's mistress.
Yeah, I'm not. That's what I was saying in the beginning.
Media speculation. Reports
That's what I
that her
thought.
presence distracted the captain.
They both denied their love for years and maintained that they were just
Uh-huh.
friends. Although
Just
she
friends.
did later admit to the media that she found him handsome.
Yeah, you were
and
doing
how
it.
could you not?
You so fucking.
What do you mean? He looks like orange. He looks like an Oompa Loompa. Someone make his hair green. From make his hair green right now. He looks like the freaking Oompa Loompas. Like, am I wrong?
Precious. When you
Ah! I didn't want to see man boobies on my stream today. Hello?
But she says there was no romantic link between them.
Some people would like to believe, they want to know I have something with him. It's more interesting. It's like, you know, some spicy in the story.
Miss Samorton also loved the spotlight, however.
Everyone! Oh, look!
and took several interviews.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
But
She
as
just
the
wanted the
pressure
spotlight.
mounted upon her, she began making ominous threats to Scatino,
Oh.
saying he must confess, and that you have but 1 week to come clean.
Dang!
But things from here
Get
get
'em.
weird.
Spicy.
Sir Morton is a bit of a wild card.
Oh.
In a subsequent interview, she claimed a helicopter came to the ship well before the other rescue craft to take away a package.
A package?
And what was that package? Drugs, apparently.
Oh my god.
So
The
rumors
good
began that
stuff.
The ship was running narcotics for the mafia. And not without cause. A number of cruise ships, even recently, have been caught trafficking drugs. As an
Oh
aside,
my
Scatino
god.
was tested for drugs immediately after the crash. He tested negative for drugs in his system, but trace amounts of cocaine were found
Oh!
Makes it smoother and less dry.
Nonetheless, the Concordia was searched and no drugs were reportedly ever found. How did we get here? Oh right, a helicopter. Sir Morton commented on it
Hi,
again the
Secure.
next day and said, actually, that helicopter was just for the captain as a means of evacuation from the ship.
Uh-huh.
Okay, wait. So she expected to get some sort of first-class rescue while everyone else was still stuck on the ship? Wait, how did we get here?
Yeah,
Oh, right,
wait!
Sex with the captain.
Yeah, she was doing the
Divers
captain,
were quick
right?
to head to the captain's cabin, where they found Miss Sir Morton's lingerie and
Oh!
other articles of clothing, as well as a makeup bag. The
Ma'am, you are toast. Toast, I say. Toast. You were definitely screwing the boomer in his man titties. They were jiggling more than yours were jiggling. I'm just saying that right now, because dear God. Oh!
jig was up, but they continued denying it. Sir Morton mostly faded from international attention until she was told to appear before the court to present witness testimony.
No, I wouldn't, Frankie. I wouldn't.
The judge pressed her to be truthful about their relationship, or she would be held in contempt.
Either tell me the truth or shut up.
So finally, she admitted it.
Yes, I had a sentimental relationship with the captain.
You were banging. Got it.
But now, stop asking about my private life.
She was indeed the captain's lover.
What is up, Drama Alert Nation?
Drama alert. Oh, God.
His wife with
Thank you, Loki.
Oh my God.
She and Scatino had been having an affair for several weeks. She also said that
Oh.
on the night she boarded, she didn't have a ticket.
Ticket, please.
And didn't need to pay, because
Oh.
nobody questions you when you're the captain's lover.
Oh, my God.
Naturally, she gave another confusing interview after leaving court.
I want to say that today is the second time I die, because the first time I died in the night of the crash with my psychological brain and problems.
Aw.
And today I died
The drugs
second
got her.
time
It's the drugs.
because, of course, people find out something that I try to hide.
Subsequent to the trial, she used her fame in Moldova to become a political activist, often appearing on
Oh
television
my
and
God.
radio and in articles covering protests, accompanied by pictures of her being arrested by police.
Oh, my. Was it worth it? She's complaining that there aren't enough bins in the area. The police are telling her to calm down and point out there is enough bins right there. The crowd standing around is telling the police she's allowed to protest here and generally white knighting. Mommy? Oh, what?
It was some stuff about victims of violence,
Oh.
women's rights,
Girl power.
yada yada yada. And interestingly, part of a push to block the sale of shares of Moldova's train network
Oh.
to Russia.
Sure.
Other than that, I don't really know what she's been up to. Let me just check on her Inst. Oh God!
Oh, come on! Who is she screwing now? Hi, Shattered.
Several civil suits were quickly lodged against Costa Crociere, and their parent company, Carnival Cruises, immediately saw a share drop of 23%. Passengers sought compensation for their damaged mental health, lost belongings, and loved ones.
Either they allowed him to divert from his course, or they didn't know where their billion-dollar ship was.
Within a few days, facing financial and media pressure, the CEO attempted to join the bandwagon against the captain and the crew.
Yes, that's the smart move.
That was not the ordinary route that the ship was taking at the time, and was not
He
only
doesn't even
taking
know.
at the time, the ship was
claiming
Yeah,
that the ship was
today,
not
Junior.
approved to deviate from the route. But that wasn't true. Approval isn't required if the ship is deviating by less than 15 miles, or that it was against company rules. Also untrue, because investigators found that they didn't have any rules about deviating route, and they tacitly encouraged sail by salutes. Now, in response to the civil suits, Costa Crociere offered passengers 11,000 euros each as compensation.
No, need more. More.
That's kind of small.
Yeah, that's very small. You need it quite big, because, like, that's trauma. 33 people died because your captain couldn't keep his small-ass pee-pee in his pants and his man titties in a bra, essentially. Just saying. All because...
Euros, about $14,000, is the minimum compensation under international law when a ship is abandoned.
This was to reimburse them for their tickets, as well as any costs they accrued in having to unexpectedly travel home early.
Hey, Charlie.
And
It's
that
okay.
was supposed to release them from everything
No,
and
I need
anything that has
triple
to do
that.
with this accident. I cannot ask for more than this.
A lot of passengers, understandably, were not too happy with this deal, and they refused to take the money.
We think the offer is an insult for what these poor
Sue
passengers
'em.
went through. We think
Sue 'em.
that
Get
the
more.
compensation being offered is not commensurate.
Get your bank. Yeah. No. Not enough.
Compensation
Needs to be
being
bigger.
offered is not commensurate.
Later.
Today, we declare we're size queens and that we need more money. Because that is simply not enough. Because that's probably how much they paid in fees to get home, to find places to stay, to get new belongings, to cover... No.
Costa Crociere would lodge a plea deal with the Tuscany court to pay a €1 million fine to avoid a criminal trial. The judge agrees.
That's not gonna happen. What?!
Costa Crociere is now off the hook for all criminal liability for the whole thing. They've washed their hands of the incident and flecked the residual droplets of responsibility onto the faces of 6 staff members.
Oh
Passengers
my
and relatives
God.
of the dead are livid that the company has been able to avoid criminal responsibility.
Offered is not commensurate.
Civil suits against the company continue. By the way, the residents of the island of Giglio also banded together and sought damages. They didn't get much.
Oh my God.
Eventually, passengers who refused the initial compensation of 11,000 joined civil parties against Scatino in his trial in 2015.
Is not commensurate.
They were awarded 30,000 euros each. Other cases, especially
30,000
those
is a
involving
lot
lost
better.
relatives, are settled for undisclosed amounts.
30,000 is a lot better. Yeah.
New York attorney Peter Renee traveled to Budapest to represent 6 real survivors of
Oh.
the disaster.
At Renee, we personally work on every case.
And we'll work harder than anyone to get you the most money possible in the shortest amount of time.
And while on the job, a 7th case cropped up via email. An elderly
You got
woman,
me.
Alona, said,
Help me, Mr. Ronai, for I have lost my daughter, Eva, and my 5-year-old granddaughter,
Oh,
Roxana.
so Mr. Renai agreed to
got it.
speak with her. However, there were some inconsistencies in her story.
Oh, dear God.
Neither Eva nor Roxana were on the passenger list. Odd, but Costa is known for having stowaways.
Gotcha, bitch.
Still,
Gotcha.
Mr. Renai was suspicious. They wouldn't cheaty old Petey, would they?
They
Renai
would.
inquired further about why she was on board, especially without a ticket. Ilona said,
Well, I don't know, but you should ask her boyfriend.
Oh.
Zolt Horvath.
He'll know all the details.
I'm up all
Great.
night. I'm going crazy, he said. But Mr. Renai was still suspicious. Because then she asked, how much money do you think this is worth?
Why?
This is a huge red flag, Petey. In 20 years of doing this, you've never had anyone ask about money. Why now? So Mr. Renai hired an investigator and sent photos around of the missing girl. The next day, the phone rang. Oh, hoi, hoi.
Nice.
It was the boyfriend again. Look,
Oh.
there's been a bit of a misunderstanding and the child isn't missing at all. Uh-huh.
Huh?
And then he claimed he was confused because he had done too many drugs the night before.
Uh-huh.
Okay, can I speak to the daughter then? At first, he was refused. So Renai said that he'd have to file a missing persons report to the police if he couldn't. The boyfriend relented. That night, Renai met with Zolt and brought the police with him. He speaks to the granddaughter and asks her if she's seen Mum. Yeah, I saw her today.
Nice.
Oh, really? Yeah, we went to the park today and we went on the swings.
The
Oh no,
swings.
the jig was up. So the mum walks into the room sheepishly. It's a miracle! And the story changed again. Okay, I'm not dead, but I did injure my leg when I jumped from the ship.
Oh,
And then I immediately flew back to Budapest. Although don't worry about checking my leg because there are no visible marks or injuries.
Oh my
Petey,
God.
I'm beginning to think they weren't even on the boat.
No,
Also,
I
it
don't
turns
think
out
they
this
were
lady
either.
isn't her mum, it's just a neighbour.
It's just a
Renee managed to
neighbour?
make the pair confess. And then they said, hey, we haven't done anything wrong. We haven't taken any money. And in the end, it looks like there'll be no criminal punishment for the scam, because Hungary, a former communist country, has no laws against insurance fraud on the books.
The law firm that never sleeps, call 1-800-6647.
Oh my God.
That's a very bad idea.
Oh, oh, oh.
Mario, would you teach me some Italian?
Oh, of course.
Get back on board, for fuck's sake.
Okay, thanks.
Gregorio De Falco, the naval officer who shouted at Scatino to Vada a bordo caso, became a bit of a national hero.
Yeah,
as a
he
nation
should.
Italy. He, like the rest of the world, expected Scatino to go down with the ship.
Exactly! A true man with balls would go down with the ship. That man is ballless and a coward and a pussy. Oh! I'm fine. I'm not toxic. Oop. I'm not mad.
And when the captain chickened out, De Falco was there to admonish him. And when he stopped answering the radio, he called him on his cell phone to continue putting him on blast.
Good.
When the captain first reported just a blackout, De Falco didn't believe the story, and immediately began preparing a rescue effort, which likely saved several lives.
It did.
His actions were applauded by most Italians who were tired of their public servants being corrupt and avoiding responsibility. Accordingly, shirts sporting Vada a bordo caso would be imprinted by the end of the week. Others setting it as their phone's ringtone. But then, in September 2014, without warning, De Falco was transferred to an admin role in the Coast Guard.
Hear what I said? You've been demoted.
De Falco said that he had been passed up for promotion, that he had also not been told which admin office he was even being transferred to, and that it all effectively cancelled 10 years of his career. De Falco was tres furioso, and there was public speculation that it was owing to bad blood between himself and Admiral Delano, his former boss. His status among the public overshadowed his superior in many ways. On the other hand, his boss said, no, it's part of a normal career progression for naval officers, and that he must show more maturity and professionalism to advance his career. Now, it's hard to know what's true in office politics, so let's leave that alone. And anyway, in 2018, De Falco said buenas noches, ya later, to the Italian Navy to become a politician. In March that year, he was elected to the Italian Senate, serving as a member for Livorno. He still serves there today.
Good. Oh? Ghost? No. What is this? What show is this? Goosebumps, thank you. Jail time! Alright, he better
The day
get
after the
fucking
disaster,
10 years.
Scatino was taken into custody by police and underwent questioning. However, it was clear that
Maybe
this would
30,
not be a
40.
straightforward investigation. So
Maybe
the judge
50.
released him under house arrest at his home in Sorrento,
House
a town
arrest!
in Napoli. By July of that year, the house arrest was relaxed and he was allowed within this general area. While under house arrest, he wrote a book with this journalist from Rai magazine. I have no idea what it says, I don't speak Italian. But goddammit, he must have some kind of charisma going on, because there's been a lot of speculation in the press that he had an affair with her as well.
Oh my god. Why are we liking his man boobies? They probably jiggle when you do it, so what are you looking at? Because he's not... Oh! He probably... Oh! Oh! I'm fine.
Hold on, I got it. Not content with abandoning his ship, this dude is determined to...
Please get it off my screen! Like, look at that! That man needs a bra! A training bra! It could... I know I paused.
Abandon his wife as
I needed to point out his man tits.
well. So, Schettino and 5 others are facing criminal charges. Straight away, everyone lodges a plea bargain with the court. And all of those plea bargains
And I know
are
what Goosebumps
accepted,
is. I've read the
except
books and watched
for
the shows. I
Schettino's.
just couldn't remember
And the condition
name off
of
the top of my
everyone's
head.
reduced sentences are that they must provide witness testimony against Schettino.
He touched me.
Ciro, Jacob, and Sylvia were all given suspended sentences.
Oh.
Roberto and Manrico are able to opt for community service or house arrest. Not a bad deal.
Not a bad deal.
Good deal. And that meant that Schettino was now all on his own.
Good.
Ciro, the first officer, was the first to give his testimony. On the witness stand, he claimed that Schettino was distracted by his mistress and other guests on the bridge.
Oh!
That there was confusion over who was in command. Then it was Jacob's turn. And he said, Lamau XD, because he didn't
Lamau
actually
XD.
bother with his testimony or his reduced sentence. He just
Oh.
fled the country. It took
Oh.
authorities 12 months to eventually track him down on the outskirts of Jakarta. And when they said, oi, we still want that witness testimony, he just scalped it again. And he hasn't been found since.
Dang!
After that, Ferrarini gave his testimony, then look, we don't have time to relitigate the whole trial, so let's just go straight to the verdict. Guilty!
Yeah!
Schettino was found guilty of multiple manslaughter, causing a shipwreck, abandoning ship, and lying to authorities.
Yep.
He is sentenced to 16 years and 1 month in prison.
Should have been longer. That's 33 people's lives that you think is worth 16 years. It should have been 33 times 2. No. No. You crashed a ship and killed 33 people. You should not get away with it. And if he's on his good boy behavior, he'll get out sooner. I'm fine. I'm not. Nope.
But wait,
I'm okay.
there's still the appeals.
That's
the appeals trial begins. And the verdict on the appeal?
Guilty!
Surprise! Rejected!
Yeah!
So Schettino's lawyers appealed again. And the
Rejected!
verdict on the final appeal?
Schettino made multiple attempts to secure a plea deal, but was denied by the prosecution each time. The prosecution called for Schettino to be sentenced to 26 years in prison, calling
Yeah,
it a
longer.
Titanic affair.
Oh, okay, I see what you did there.
Schettino was not present. His lawyers stated that he was waiting outside of the jail for the ruling, so that if his plea was rejected, he could immediately start serving his sentence. And with that, 5 years and 4 months after the disaster,
No.
he
Please don't tell me he gets out for being a good boy.
was finally in a cell.
Okay. I was gonna say.
I will not be making any comment.
He better stay in there. Can someone Google it and make sure he's still in jail? Can someone Google that? Why not? Makes it more interesting.
The salvage operation was enormous. It took over 2 years and cost an estimated $1.2 billion. Beginning in early 2012, they first spent 2 months pumping fuel from the ship's tanks. At the same time, they had to pump seawater in so that the balance wasn't affected and the ship didn't slide around. In early 2013, a platform was built under the ship to prevent it from falling further. Sponsons were then attached to the sides of the ship and cables attached to the underwater platform. The sponsons were then dragged underwater and opened up to allow the ocean to fill them. The ship could then roll over properly. By late 2013, the ship was upright once more.
Nice. Even though it's half
The sponsons
underwater.
were then attached to the side of the ship to help keep it balanced. It now rested partially above water and crews could walk around safely. By July 2014, the water was removed from the sponsons and compressed air was pumped in to lift the ship. And she was ready to cruise again.
Nice!
This time to a port in Genoa. It was a 4-day towing journey to the docks where a 2-year process of dismantling and recycling would begin. That same weekend of the towing, Schettino was busy. He was the guest of honor at a white party on an island in the Bay of Naples. He appeared on the front page of the local newspaper.
Wasn't he in jail?
Flanked by 2 of Italy's most eligible bachelorettes.
How? How? This was before he wasn't in... but why are people falling for his freaking charm? Why are we looking at that? He literally... There's so many options out there, and you're choosing the man with the moves and who crashed a ship. Never underestimate the moves. Never underestimate the moves, apparently, because apparently, you know, the ladies dig them. The ladies dig the moves. I pick so.
Anyway, so these are the things that I remember from the Costa Concordia. That sweet maiden of the sea.
Thank you.
And as for you, little fella.
Yes, the bell! Yeah! Yeah, the bell! Take it! Take the bell!
Well, it's time to return you.
Yeah, yeet that! Like the Titanic! Yes!
Six quick things. 1. NordVPN, good product, check them out. Number 2, there's a new video on the second channel. You probably didn't see it because it was temporarily restricted. Now it's not.
Oh.
Enjoy. 3, if you've never seen the second channel before, give it a go. It's a different type of content, but we put a lot of production into it. It's not just offcuts. 4, there are a couple of secret channels as well, but I ain't telling you where they are. 5, no more 45-minute videos on the main channel. Back to 10 to 15 minutes and more.
Why?
6, there's a Q&A coming out next week on incognito mode. It's got a ton of detail that we had to cut for the sake of brevity, and will no doubt feature a ton of corrections as well.
Oh, dear God. I don't think I can slide this in right now. I don't think it can fit. That's another 48-minute video.
That's it. Thank you.
Spicy. That's another, another day, another day, another day.